Guys, this is Jess of Lustrous Plans. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, or if this is your first time watching one of my videos, welcome. In this video, I will be planning out the last week of January in my Nisha Fernando Journey Planner, and I'm using the Graceful Muse Paperie January Mystery Subscription Collection. That's a lot of words. If you haven't seen Graceful Muse Paperie's mystery subscriptions, they're amazing. I recently subscribed and get these beautiful stickers delivered to me every month, and they're gorgeous. Her format is incredible, and it's like just jam-packed with a bunch of different stickers. So I highly recommend checking her out if you haven't already. I'm diving right in. She always includes like a vellum and decorative paper with her mystery subscriptions, so I like to tip those in. You see me showing this tip-in tape that's really useful. It's from Lauren Phelps Designs. I'll have it linked in the description. It's the perfect way to tip in for me. I know you can use washi tape or just scotch tape if you wanted to, but the nice thing about this tape is that it's not perforated, but it's kind of like it's got two separate backings on the backside. And it has like a bit of a softer edge in the middle, if that makes sense. So you can see how I like fold it in half. It just makes like aligning the page with your journal a lot easier. And yeah, it just takes a lot of the guesswork out of tipping things into your journal. So it's really, really helpful. I will go ahead and say this is my first time recording a voiceover in a hot minute. So apologies if I'm super rusty. Just bear with me, y'all. I'm trying. Um, but I'm excited to do a voiceover for this one because I've missed talking to you guys. And I recently did some polls on Instagram, just kind of gauging interest in like the style of my videos recently. Because if you've been watching along for a while, I've been kind of experimenting with just music in the background versus doing voiceovers. I love making these videos for y'all, but I do struggle with the voiceover part because sometimes I just run out of things to talk about. Um, and I don't want to drone on and on about nonsense because that's just boring for both of us. But I did reach out and ask for, like questions or suggestions for topics to discuss during voiceovers. So I'll probably be going into some of those throughout this video and throughout the next few Plan With Me's. Here you see me, I switched up the orientation of the decorative paper for the tip-in because the cool thing about her decorative paper is that it's double-sided. It's not just like a pattern on one side, it's also like a more subtle pattern on the back. So I realized that the vellum on top was kind of intense on top of the like floral pattern, so I switched it. Really prefer how that looks, so I'm happy I did that. Now I'm moving on to Monday. Really enjoying using clear acetate as kind of like a workspace to workshop my ideas before I commit to sticking them down on the page. So I suggest checking that out too. You can use the backing of washi paper and it's super easy. Here I slowed down the footage and zoomed in so I could show kind of like up close what I'm doing every time I lay down an alcohol ink swatch. Because it's on transparent matte paper. When you first lay it down on the page, tends to have like air bubbles. So this is a good way to smooth it out and make the texture more uniform. So as you can kind of see, it gets a lot smoother as I rub it in. I'm using what's called a bone folder. These are really handy for folding like textured paper or getting like a solid crease in paper, but it's also very handy for this purpose. So I have all of my most commonly used like journaling supplies linked in the description. So you can always check those out. They are affiliate links through Amazon. So I do get a very small commission if you choose to purchase through that link. Just a little heads up. But yeah, now I'm going back to layering all the things. I love these film strips from the Pretty Pink Co. They're so cute. In hindsight, wish that I had just layered both on top of the washi paper because I feel like it looks a little strange. at the top there. But you know, whatever, not a big deal. So yeah, I think I will answer a question or two while I'm doing this stuff because what you're seeing is pretty self-explanatory, I feel like. But one of the questions that I got was actually about my tools that I use. So I guess I already answered that one. The bone folder specifically was what the question was about and like where it's from. So I got mine on Amazon. And like I said, that'll be linked in the description. But they also asked what my favorite tweezers are, which is a little bit more of a long answer because the tweezers that I use in this video are definitely my favorite. They're like needle nose or needle point tweezers, or I think they're also called precision tweezers, but I got mine from a small shop on Etsy like years ago. My mom actually got them for me because she had used the brand and really liked them. And they were cool because you could customize the glitter foil or like the glitter that you see on the edge as well as custom text. Some people have also asked me what's up with my tweezers saying sugar butt, so I'll answer that here too. That is just a reference to Parks and Recreation, one of my favorite shows. There's just a joke in one of the seasons about one of the characters being nicknamed Sugar Butt, and I just think it's really funny. So when my mom asked me what custom text I wanted on the tweezers, I just went with that because I didn't know what else to say. I always feel weird putting my name on things, so I went with Sugar Butt instead. So that answers that question. But back to the long answer. That shop is no longer open on Etsy, so you can't get these exact tweezers, but I did find a pretty similar site on Etsy, and I will link that in the description as well. They look pretty comparable to the ones that I use, and you can also customize those. So I feel like they're close enough. But yeah, just a general answer. I really prefer like precision tweezers as opposed to like flat ones because I feel like you can grip the sticker a lot easier. And also, when it comes to like pulling things up, you can use the tip to kind of dig under. Don't mind my wife's hand in that little clip. It scared me when I was editing. I was like, whose hand is that? But then I remembered it's just her pointing out at the cat in that sticker. But yeah, when it comes to like pulling up stickers, I use the tweezers in my first attempt, and if I can't get under the sticker effectively, I go in with I think it's a technically a paint knife or like a palette knife, which you can get at any craft store, and it's really handy for like digging up under a sticker and kind of like pulling it up without ripping the page. So I'll link that in the description as well. But yeah, that was the question about what tools I use. And the next question was actually by the same person. Thank you for submitting so many questions. I really appreciate it. She asked, how do you know what stickers to buy? I love hauls, but the sale is always over or the stickers are no longer available. So I guess my answer to that is basically that I'm addicted to Instagram, or I'm super plugged into Instagram. Because if I weren't on Instagram every day, I would not know about a lot of stuff going on. I also recommend signing up for newsletters for the shops that you like to shop from because when they offer new releases, usually they'll send out an email, like a news blast of the new releases. So that's helpful. But I just stay plugged into Instagram, where most of the shops that I shop from are posting like their updates the most frequently. If you want to stay like in the know about stickers as they come out, then that's what I would suggest. I have personally been trying and fighting a battle to be more intentional with my sticker shopping, especially now that I am kind of switching to this format of planning because previously I was buying like weekly kits to use in my memory planner, but now I've kind of transitioned to this style where I use a kit for a full week in my functional planner. So now I'm buying things more seasonally, like current seasons, as opposed to in the past when I would kind of wait and not feel as rushed to purchase seasonally. But since I'm technically caught up in this planner, it's more relevant to shop within the season, if that makes sense. Like when I was using my memory planner, I was just like buying things as as they were like shop sales, but also like kind of at a more leisurely pace because I wasn't in a hurry to get like a seasonal collection to use within that season. Because I was perpetually like 4 months behind in my memory planner. So it wasn't as necessary to stay on top of it. But now I'm like actively shopping for things to use like within the next couple of months. So that helps me like decide as well because I'm trying not to overspend and only buy as many collections as I need for a given season. But it's a struggle because there's so many beautiful collections out there, and it's hard to tell myself that I don't need something. But it's a constant work in progress. Let me know if you're similar in the comments or what your shopping style is, because I'm very curious, like how other folks approach it. As a shop owner, it's also something to consider because we want to accommodate for all types of planners, like planners who are caught up in their planners or journals and plan to use our stickers like very soon, or memory planners who aren't in a rush to get their stuff. So it's a balance for sure. But yeah, that was a very long-winded answer, but I hope that kind of helped answer that question. Before I answer more questions, I'll pause to talk about what I'm doing currently. I've been really enjoying making these like multi-page collages in these kind of spreads recently. I've found ways to incorporate them in at least like the past 8 spreads, I think. And they're really fun. And it's fun to try out these kind of collages with different shops formats because all shops include different sizes and styles of deco. So it's been a fun challenge to like make this a routine in my weekly plans. But I really like how this one came out. Something about Graceful Muse's washi paper specifically is like pretty unique. I've talked to Danny from Danny with the Planning about this. Like her washi paper seems like it blends into the page a little bit more than others shop washi paper. And if you have experience with washi paper, you know, like it's kind of a mix between transparent matte and washi or and premium matte, excuse me. So it's got like the saturation and color payoff of premium matte, but it's kind of more transparent, like transparent matte paper. But it's kind of that perfect middle ground for me. Uh, Graceful Muse Paperie's washi paper specifically feels like it has less of a white border around the edges. So the stickers all kind of blend really nicely together, especially with the alcohol ink that I've incorporated. So yeah, this collage just kind of ended up feeling like one large sticker, which is really cool. Even compared to some other collages I've made, because you can always see like the white border along the edges of the stickers in other shops because the washi paper is less transparent. Um, I guess I'm just over explaining everything. I'm sorry, y'all. But here's a close up of the collage. I do come back later and add more stickers as I realize I have a lot left over. And so I have been really trying to like use every single sticker or as many as I can within a collection so that I really maximize my, spending. But yeah, I really like how this one came out. One noteworthy thing about this week in my planner is that normally I would do like every day from Monday through Sunday, but this week was an exception because this was the week including Galentine's with a Plan, the planner conference in Atlanta that I went to, and that happened on Saturday. And so I wanted to use the Coquette collection from my shop for that day in particular and for the following week, just because that was kind of the theme of the event. So I wanted it to be reflected in my journal. So I didn't use the Graceful Muse papery collection for Saturday and Sunday, which like, I definitely could have. Like, there's still a lot of leftover stickers in this collection by the time I finished. So that's why the last 2 days are missing from this spread. But I think I'm going to end the voiceover here and just play a little bit of music for the rest of the video. And I'll get to more questions in my next voiceover. But thank you so much for watching this video, and feel free to leave me more questions or, just suggestions for stuff to talk about in the comments. I love having talking points. So, yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.